When she came into, it was necessary for her to come into Montefiore. It was a difficult period, and we sort of overcame it by treating this as her new home. And we spoke about it in those terms. Well, her home is my home. And the staff is so competent and so caring that they get them over the hump. I feel very secure that she's being well taken care of. It was the idea that by creating a very pleasant space and trying not to make it look institutional, that they would gather here and perhaps the nurses and the aides could draw them out a little more and involve them. And it has worked. And that was the goal, and they've achieved it beyond expectations.
We want to get this palliative care program started. And the palliative care program is something that Vera missed because it really wasn't available at that time. Palliative care is a bridge between being so-called well or normal and getting into hospice. The word hospice is a scary word. People hear about getting into hospice and they know, wow, that's the end. And it's an unfortunate word, but that's the word, and I don't know a better one. The people from hospice seem to be of a different world. They were not people who had gone there jobless to look for a job and got a job working in hospice. They were people that seemed to have a certain soul to them. They seemed as if they were born for that kind of work, and they proved it. So I really found a class of people that I didn't even know existed over there. And I'm lucky for that.
As a healthcare organization, we continue to pursue excellence. And I believe when donors, such as the ones that we have experienced, see that we're looking to get better, to pursue excellence, to improve our services, to be innovative, that they want to be part of that. And they want to support us in our efforts, recognizing that we can't do it alone, and that they can be part of the future to secure our healthcare services and our wellness services and our healing services well into the future in a very state-of-the-art fashion. And these donors, every one of them, is supporting us in that endeavor.
It's magnificent. It's much lovelier than I imagined it would be. I know I was involved in choosing the color scheme, and I love green, and the green is very restful against this beautiful wood floor. It's really a lovely room.
It's a room that's quiet, yet it speaks of beauty, and it has a charm about it that almost induces people to feel comfortable with each other when they walk into the room. So it is, in effect, a room of social significance, as well as when it converts into a synagogue, a chapel. It gives you that sense of participation in our beautiful religion.
The 11th Hour Fund helps for a family who cannot be there, especially through the evening hours, sometimes when a patient really needs help, or that they're there through the night with the patient as well.
When you are caring for somebody, at some point you have to sleep. You have to have a cup of coffee at some point because you need to still take care of yourself. And these volunteers allow people the ability to sleep and to be a better companion for their loved one, and come back. And you can leave knowing that there is somebody there holding their hand or being with them, and that they're not alone. And there's a great fear of leaving somebody alone. And this fund is able to bridge that gap. Another program at Montefiore that we got really excited about is Stacy and I loved a presentation that was given to us on doing supporting a program called Brought to You By, allowing them to really utilize their new auditorium and the technology, taking it a step further and being able to stream programming from the auditorium, whether it be a Friday night Shabbat service or a guest speaker or a fun musical program that's going on, and be able to stream that right to residents' rooms or to the floor. And Stacy and I had a lot of fun and decided that, what are we going to call it? What are we going to say? And what really felt right and we thought was very appropriate for the setting was to name it Brought to You by Grandma Honey and Grandpa Jerry. And that is who that program is in memory of, but also was dedicated with just love to both of them and affection for grandparents.
It's impossible to overstate the gratitude that we have, because Montefiore is Montefiore only because of the generosity of giving, of time, of feelings that have made Montefiore what it is today and gives residents and their families a sense of comfort. And the message is that what we need in the future will never diminish in terms of the community's involvement, whether it's at the board level, the giving level, at every level, is what we will continue to need, because we can't stand still.
And this generation that occupies the facilities here has handed off to us a feeling of caring about the Jewish community, which is so obvious. To us, it's self-evident. But if I look at my concern for the future, I'm saying we struggled, our parents, our ancestors struggled as they came as immigrants to this country. But now what about this coming generation who haven't had some of those stressful moments in their lives? So we have to be very careful that we provide them with an understanding of what has gone before them. And we hand off, if you may say so, hand off that philosophy to the next generation. L'ador v'dor, from generation to generation. We must remain that way for the centuries to come.